What's up, planet Earth, and welcome back to the channel. First and foremost, YCS Chicago is upon us. It's happening this weekend. It's I think day one. I think it's a 3-day, right? Day one is Friday. It shows how little I can process right now. Day one having to be tomorrow. With a whole new format we had just been given, which was a week ago. I forgot to put on my headphones, which is no more than barely like a week ago. So today, what I think we should chat about are not decks that we obviously know we're gonna see there, that of Sky Striker and Thunder Dragons, but more so decks that I personally would classify as rogue, or decks that could potentially be rogue. But before we do that, if you want to go ahead and support the channel, please do consider hitting that subscribe button, like the video by hitting the like button below, and you can also, or you don't have to do both, or you can also check out our online store. Today we are showing off our sweatshirt, our Yu-Gi-Oh! Is Life sweatshirt over here. It's really nice. It says Yu-Gi-Oh! Is live. It comes in contrasting colors too. Boom! That's really bright. But anyways, yeah. So people like you guys who do all of these amazing things are the reason why we are able to bring content to you all every week. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into this conversation. So again, YCS Chicago this weekend, a whole new format and only 1 week to try it out. We have absolutely no idea what's going to be there aside from Thunder Dragons and Sky Strikers. But I do have my fair share of opinion in terms of rogue decks that we should probably consider taking if you don't want to play Thunder Dragons or Sky Strikers. I personally don't want to play Sky Striker because the deck is way too complicated for me. However, I do enjoy competing against them with some of these decks. That of ABC. ABC has always been a phenomenal deck. It's always been a great deck to compete against a lot of meta. It's been a rogue deck for as long as I can remember. The fact that you banish away and you're able to throw discards, you can only combo so much with it. And this in tandem with Cyber Dragons as well, that can also do well on their own and could almost classify as a complete rogue deck. But these two combined make for a dynamite pair when you have the infinity negation and the one card banish. They synergize so great together, and it does make a run for meta decks money essentially. So always consider ABC and Cyber Dragon, whether if you're going to keep them as separate decks or you want to keep them as a combined deck. Both or all three methods work fairly. Another deck that a lot of people kind of put, like, I don't want to say push off to the side, but I guess kind of forgot about or maybe like let go of, are Lair Infernoids. So Lair Infernoids, you basically get the Lair of Darkness field spell out, and then you just simply negate as well as tribute your opponent's monsters. I can see this deck do so well against Thunder Dragons, and I can see this deck causing a problem for Sky Strikers. However, the only deck that I'm not 100% sure of how well it will work would be Prank Kids, because I have yet to see how Prank Kids really play. And I don't know if we want to classify Prank Kids as meta or if we want to classify it as rogue. I mean, the fact that they had topped, one YCS so far, and then you still kind of see them minimally appear in top charts and other events. So it maybe Prank Kids is like the Layer of Darkness of its time. It's one of those things where it came up and now it's going away, right? And it's probably because people have probably figured out how to really play against them. But again, Lair Infernoids is a deck that I think people need to really consider. You not only get rid of a problem on the board, but you also have ample amount of negations. That in tandem with what is it, Void Feast, I think is their trap card. You get your 3 Decatrons out, and then boom, you distribute your opponent's monsters away as long as the field spell out. My thing is you just have to be careful with the big boy muscles Because if your opponent can somehow keep a big boy that can't be affected in some way, shape, or form, the Infernoids will kind of begin to struggle. And at the same time, um, I forgot my train of thought. But I do know that Layer Infernoids is a deck that you'd want to go first for the most part, so you can at least set up your board. If you end up going second, you might have a slightly harder time doing this. And I think Warden, the Layer monster that basically activates this card, I think Warden gets the field spell from the deck straight onto the field, so they can't even Ash Blossom this. Nope, you add it. So they can Ash Blossom it. Other things, it's if you get Warden, Wicked Warden out, you can tribute away your opponent's monsters, and or is it no? Yeah, you can tribute away your opponent's monster as long as you have the field spell out, and then you get to draw a card. So I mean, this deck is something that we should probably revisit and see if it can actually tamper with the meta in today's day. Burning Abyss is another deck that it's starting to kind of fade off. It's one of those things that it's like one of those whack-a-mole machines that'll occasionally pop up in YCS or at locals or even at regionals, and then it just kind of fades out after a ban list that actually hits them in some way, shape, or form. I think the ban list that hit them this time, or the card that hit them that hurt them this time was Snow Red. What's her name again? Fairy Tale Snow. There you go. Fairy Tale Snow. And so this might be it for BAs. This might be the final stretch for them. So, but I mean, again, I still wouldn't count them out. I'm pretty sure they can still come out on top as long as there's a will, there's a way, right? Other decks to kind of take into consideration, True Dracos. I personally don't know how they're doing. I have never seen a True Draco deck ever since they got rid of Masterpiece. So, but I do hear a lot that there's still a viable deck. I think I would classify them as rogue if they're still viable, because they're no longer meta defying. As long as Masterpiece stays on the ban list, we're not going to see True Dracos define the meta like the current meta is today. And the same goes for Pen Magicians. Pen Magicians having Electromite at 1 and then having Astrograph gone and then Skullcrabat gone. Apparently, and again, I say this just out of what I've heard, apparently Pen Magicians can still put up a board, maybe not as great as before, but a board that is still kind of tough to bounce back off of. So maybe I can put Electromite and Pen Magicians in the rogue category, but I have to see how they do in the matchup. And most importantly, we have to see what comes up of the YCS Chicago event at the end of this week, and to see what's actually going on in today's meta, especially since Savage Strike be it for specific local areas, the set, people have got their hands on it tonight and it gets released tomorrow. So the guard dragons, time thieves, you're looking at some of those archetypes making its debut possibly at YCS. I mean, I wouldn't count them out, but I wouldn't count on it either. I think some people have already got a Guard Dragon Blue Eyes deck build, which seems rather interesting. I know Team Samurai has got one going on his profile. You can check that one out. So a couple of those, those, we're not 100% sure of what's happening with the meta or the game in its current state. However, just a couple of thoughts that I wanted to share, and honorable mentions as well. Decks such that of Nurse Burn, Chain Burn, all of those annoying decks that nobody really likes. Paleo, it's like a rare kind of like you might see one, you might not kind of scenario. Arguably Crusadias, World Chalice, maybe decks like that might come up, might not. So looking forward to seeing what comes of YCS Chicago, and I look forward to seeing how the game is defined as we move forward. So that's all I have for you guys today. I wish I had a lot more, but I'm not feeling in the best of shape. I'm really tired and I feel sick. And I would usually have a lot more energy and a lot more understanding, and I don't slur my words as much. But yeah, this cold is really getting the best of me. I'm sending myself some kudos. The fact that I was able to do this video without having to do a sniffle or grab a tissue and wipe my nose. So, anyways, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for swinging by and checking it out. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, and I hope that the whatever goes down at YCS Chicago won't be as electrifying. There's that first sniffle. As electrifying as it was when Prank Kids topped and nobody saw that one coming. Anyways, if you guys liked the video, again, go ahead and hit that like button below. If you guys wish to see more content like this whatsoever by myself, you can go ahead and consider hitting that subscribe button. Now, without further ado, I bid you all a great day.